there, this is David. Just wanted to check in with you and let you know I'm here and thinking about you. I wanted to share some readings and some thoughts with you. My initial thought was to share this reading from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 6, which I will share part of it with you and then tell you why maybe it's a struggle to hear that. First it says, "Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow, nor reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? Which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to your stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And yet I say to you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." And it goes on to talk about that a little bit more, but it's interesting when you hear someone say, well, don't worry. Well, what if I am worried? How do I get to a place where I'm not worrying, where I'm not anxious or I'm not fearful? Of course, if you tell someone not to worry, that just probably makes it worse. But the Lord's trying to make a point about this. If we trust in the Lord, that those cares can begin to melt away, and part of it comes with some practice. And I was thinking about this. Some of you know that when I was a young kid, I had some casts on my legs to straighten my legs out, and so when I would have to get them adjusted every once in a while. So I'd go to the hospital, and they would pull out this electric saw and saw this cast off my legs, and then reset them. And I'm told, I was too young to remember this, but I'm told I was convinced that they were going to cut my legs off. So I developed this fear of hospitals. Even if I saw a building that looked like a hospital, I would panic about it. So later on that would present itself as, if they drew blood or anything, I would faint, that kind of stuff. And so I realized, well, how do you get over that? How do you move past that kind of worry and fear? And part of it is just repetition, in the sense of going and realizing that, you know what, I survived that, or I went there and I got through it and I was okay. I mean, you have to be mindful of that. That's what you're trying to do, but part of it is just that awareness of, okay, I'm just going to stay focused on something positive, and it will be over at some point. And when it is over, you go, I survived that. I was thinking about that. That's what, when we think about the story of David Goliath, and Goliath, you think about it, David's just a young boy, but he goes up and fights against this giant who was 9 feet tall and had all these heavy weapons and this kind of stuff and a lot of experience. And David was just a youth, it says. But David was confident that he could do this. And it wasn't because he was confident in himself. And what I love about the story is, so Saul, who was the king, says to David, well, you can't possibly go against him. You can't go fight against him. You're a youth and he's a man of war from his youth. But listen to what David says in response. But David said to Saul, your servant used to keep his father's sheep. And when a lion or bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, I went out after and I struck it, and delivered the lamb from its mouth. And when it arose against me, I caught it by its beard, and struck it and killed it. Your servant has killed both lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God. Moreover, David said, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. And I think right there is the answer, is that looking at our experiences in our life where we have gone through something difficult and overcome it or got through it okay, we can reflect back on that and go, the Lord has gotten me through so many things in my life. There's no reason why I can't be led through this and be okay. So those are some thoughts I want to share with you today. Just think about in your own life, if you're feeling stressed, feeling worried, feeling anxious, just reflect on what are the times in my own life where I was worried, I was concerned, I was anxious, but the Lord led me and I made it through the other side okay. All right. Well, thinking about you guys. Hope you're well, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.